Good morning, good afternoon and good evening all. This is Yorkie. I hope you're doing well. This is a Friday video of a 5-lap sprint race, as you can see, at Malaysia. In the Caterham for this race. Currently got my Red Bull helmet, which is probably due to change in the coming weeks, as the second season, or season 6, for the Apex Racing League starts. It'll be the second season that I'm participating in, and depending on which manufacturer I am with, will be a new set of sponsors. I've got a few changes planned for the helmet as well. Just doing the quick setup for the car here, and unfortunately don't have the 2013 skin for the Caterham in this video. Still didn't have it for the Malaysia, and also HRT obviously isn't in the 2013 season, but the Caterham and Malaysia skins have been updated since this video. And if you want a full list of all the mods that I'm using, it's in the description below. So just going to the grid, I've gone for a softer suspension setup to what I'm used to, which will help me through these longer sweeping corners on this track. A little bit less turning, but more actual cornering grip. So we're on the grid then. Waiting for the 5 lights. There's a 4th, there's a 5th, and we'll wait. We get an okay start. Off the line, there's a little bit of wheel spin and a tiny little bit of lag. The car is there on my inside. It's Malaysia. Just having a quick glance over, making sure that he's still there, and aware of him. So got a Mercedes on the inside, going a little bit cautious into turn 1. I managed to maintain position somewhat. I'm up into 4th place, so I've actually gained a couple of places. Coming into turn 1, got a little bit of space behind me. As we now come to turn 4, I break at the 100-meter board. Just watching 2 Mercedes in front of me as one of them loses the rear end and spins off over to the right hand side. Gives me 3rd place. Right hand back of this Mercedes here. The Ferrari not too far ahead. As the spinning Mercedes just disconnects there. Take it cautious into this corner, and he kind of looks like he's overshot a little bit and has come very slow for the second part of the corner, so I had to back out the throttle to avoid bumping into the rear of his car. Let's get a little bit of lag there, which puts me back a couple of car lengths as he runs wide. I bump into the back of him. I felt a loss of traction in the force feedback through the steering wheel, so couldn't really turn to avoid him, otherwise I probably would have ended up spinning. Ended up giving a quick little bump up the back, which didn't really affect him, as I get a good run out of here. Out coming down onto the back straight, right behind this Mercedes, who used a bit of my curves, but it looks like he's using a lot more of his curves. He's pulling away in the slipstream of the Ferrari there, switching between the 2 slipstream, and the Ferrari ran a little bit wide, almost touching the rear wheel of his car. So I sit in the slipstream of them both here. Used all my curves, got a full battery. Once again, as the Ferrari's going to the inside of the Mercedes, brakes late, Mercedes brakes earlier, tries the undercut. There's a bit of contact there. I want to try and get in on this action too. I want to try and gain at least 1 place here as the Ferrari runs wide, which puts me in good position to try around the outside of turn 3, but it looks like the Ferrari's holding in there. I've used a bit of curves as he's squeezing me to the outside of the track. I'm going to brake a little bit earlier. I'm going to try the undercut into turn 4. Just worked very, very nicely, got that quite nice. And done as I cut to the inside of the Mercedes there, I used a bit of my curves coming out the exit of turn 4. And I managed to slip up the inside of him into the long sweeping left-hander. And as I was clear of his car, I didn't have to worry about leaving him room on the inside for the right-hander that followed. So that's quite nicely put me up into P1 in a space of 2 corners. Good clean racing there from both of them, so kudos to those 2 drivers. So the rear end of the car actually snaps out there on the exit, just about managed to hold it together. Just about managing to keep myself on the road, maintain first. As we now come onto this back straight, with that overtaking manoeuvre, taking those 2 cars at the start of the lap. I think I'm putting that on Ryan L83's overtake of the week. I'm submitting that forward, see if I can get into his top 10. If you think that should definitely do it, leave a comment in the video below. saying whether I should or not. Just to go set the fastest lap of the race. Just come back through turn 1. Just taking it nice and steady. I don't want to put myself into a spin and lose position, but at the same time I want to pull away. I want to try and get the Mercedes out of the DRS zone, which is what I'm doing at the moment. I'm 1.3 seconds ahead of him, so he's out of DRS for the end of this lap. Just got to keep it nice and smooth, flowing through those two corners. I love driving those two corners. It's a lot of fun when you hit that upright. Same with this one, the exit. And the softer suspension definitely helps to maintain cornering grip. As I get a lock up on the inside there, the outside wheel went onto the curb, which kind of unsettled the car a little bit. And the fronts became light. Cost me as I run wide on the exit there as well, getting a bit of gravel on the tyres, which isn't ideal, and it looks like the Mercedes is closed up quite considerably behind me, so I may not have him outside of the DRS zone. All that work may have been undone. It's quite close. So I'm going to put the fuel mixture up into rich, and then attempt to try and defend. Use the KERS. He definitely looks like he's within that 1 second, so he's probably got DRS down to here to go set the fastest lap again, only by 2 tenths, and he's closing quite considerably up and me down in the straight, so I'm going to brake relatively late, but he brakes even later. I have to turn out there to avoid contact. I'm going to try the undercut through turn 2. He overshoots it, and that works quite nicely, using a bit of KERS as well to try and maintain position. Accidentally adjusting the brake bias there. I actually wanted to adjust the fuel mixture back into normal, but just trying to get rid of the graphic. I accidentally put it up to front, but it doesn't really matter. I didn't lock a front wheel, which is what I kind of worried about when I did change the brake bias. Just run a little bit wide there on the exit of that double right-hander, which isn't ideal. I really want to get him out of this DRS zone, but it looks like he's holding in on behind me. It looks like it's going to come down to the final lap. Hopefully he won't make such a desperate move down into turn 1. That'll put us both into the gravel. That'll be very unfortunate. I only just about managed to see him come in the last time, thanks to the little arrows that come up. I saw him coming, approaching rather rapidly, so I turned out, switching the fuel mixture back up to fuel mixture 3, lining myself up for a good exit here. I've saved a bit of KERS as well to try and use on the start-finish line to try and maximise the amount of speed that I carry down into turn 1. He's going to set fastest lap once again, and it looks like he's not as close this time, so I'm just going to brake normally. As I come into the corner, the car starts to slide and I lose it. I have to end up braking and turning a bit more than I wanted. I was hoping that I could just slide through the corner and the car would just suddenly grip, but that wasn't the case, so I've now dropped back behind the Mercedes. But I've used a bit of KERS here and closing up on him up into turn 4. Brake at the 100-metre board. I want to try and get a good exit, which I do. I use a bit of KERS again, and it looks like he's a bit slower out of that corner, so once again I'm going to slip up the inside into the sweeping left-hander, but this time he's on the inside for the right-hander. But he concedes the position. I gave him room. He could have taken it if he wanted, but he didn't. Looks like he's sticking quite close, that double right-hander. Still got half a lap to go. He's come desperately down the inside. He's gone actually punted me off there. It looked like a brake very late. But rejoining the track, I kind of push him to the outside a little bit. I have to be really hesitant on the throttle here. It's got dirt all over my tyres. I don't want to get on the throttle too early and cause the car to spin. It's very easy to do with dirt and gravel on your tyres. It looks like he's getting very close again, up to the rear of the car. So running a bit wide on the exit. Use a bit more of a KERS to try and pull a bit of a gap down to the last turn, so he doesn't make a desperate lunge. Looks like I just about managed to hold him off. I saved a very tiny bit of a KERS on the exit. I'm using that up now. Just come over the line to claim first. So it was a very good race. Enjoyed it quite a lot. Some good overtakes, some good battles, some interesting moves, which managed to defend and hold off and maintain positions. It's just unfortunate with the desperate lunge there into that left-hand hairpin, which put us both off the track. But I think he actually realised that that move was a little bit harsh and gave the position back. Otherwise, he could have quite easily taken first. So, fair play to him. And if you're watching this video, thank you. So, that's a good race. Thoroughly entertained, thoroughly enjoyed it. As always, give the video a rating, leave comments, any questions you may have. Also, say whether you think I should put the video or that clip forward for an overtake of the week. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's plenty more F1 races in the future, and also never ending, well, it will end at some point, but the ongoing track guide series, which I continue to do every Monday. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope to see you soon. Take care.